Bueno, seguimos el proceso que iniciamos en la mañana de tratar de dar respuesta a la pregunta ¿qué es una cátedra Scholas? ¿Cómo la implemento? Y ya hicimos esto antes de irnos al café, ¿no? Distintas universidades que han comenzado a caminar un programa, un proyecto de cátedra Scholas, nos compartieron a todos cómo están trabajando, cuál es su trabajo. Nosotros lo que les decíamos es que, y esto después el profesor Fiorini y el profesor Paletta lo van a profundizar, queremos hacer una vinculación entre la universidad, programa Scholas, y las escuelas u organizaciones que trabajan para la educación. Bueno, ¿dónde nosotros nos vinculamos con esas escuelas, con esas instituciones educativas, con esas organizaciones educativas? A través de la plataforma Scholas.social. Allí conocemos a las escuelas, conocemos sus necesidades, sus propuestas de trabajo, sus intenciones transformadoras. Entonces lo que vamos a hacer ahora, en este nuevo paso que damos, es pedirle a Juan Fresno, que es el administrador de esta plataforma Scholas.social, que nos cuente a todos cómo las escuelas y las instituciones educativas se acercan a esta plataforma y cómo nosotros podemos conocerlas. Adelante, Juan.
Thank you, Daniel. If you allow me, I will speak in English, because I think most of us understand. I apologize for the US people for my English, but in any case, you all have the... Well, Scholas.social, it's our tool, you know, Scholas is a network itself, but we need also a platform so that all these schools from all these countries all over the world can have a place to contact and collaborate. And this is the main idea of Scholas.social. First of all, I would like to share with you a short video to see the principles that we thought about when we began with this tool, Scholas.social.
The world is connected through technology, and so is the Pope. As a project led by the Pope, Scholas also believes that connecting brings us together. Connection can help us create a new educational concept, a new road to more inclusive and accessible schools.
Every day, enjoy your time and have some fun.
Scholas is bringing a new platform to empower our community and help create conversation. This new tool was designed under 4 concepts: inclusion, cooperation, participation, and a global view. Inclusion is essential to build a sense of community in any environment. With social media tools, we provide interactions between schools, teachers, students, and sponsors. Spread the word, follow, communicate, be active in the community. Cooperation helps us get stronger and our projects grow bigger. The purpose of this community is to help one another, especially excluded schools and students. Create your project and make your ideas come true. Search for projects by categories you are interested in. Step in to help. There are many ways to collaborate. Participation is key to making the community active and lively. Through a gamification strategy, the platform stimulates the users to interact, send hugs and applauses to thank someone or show appreciation for a project. Use stickers to express your interests. Get badges for your participation. Stay in touch and interact. Being global is in our DNA. Just like our community, our platform also has to be global. We developed a multi-language support to encourage users from different countries. Get in touch with the world. Get global with us. Access the platform any place, anywhere. The new Scholas platform is inclusive, social, and collaborative, and aims to stimulate interactions between schools all around the world. By connecting ourselves to others, we will strengthen our global community. Join us in the Scholas online community.
Just got to believe, and you do have a chance to make peace with your hands.
Scholas.social began with the beginning of Scholas in 2013. In August the 13th, Messi and Buffon from Italy, the football players, they registered the first school in the network. So this is the place where schools from all over the world, from all religions and all countries and every culture that might be, can register and have a profile and share what they are doing. We'll see it in this little presentation. This will be an overview. I tell you, I am more interested in your opinions and that we can debate than what I can tell to you, because we are always looking for the way to enhance our platform and that more people and institutions come to us, and of course build bridges. That is what Pope Francis is asking us. So, how it is? There it is. To review some of the basic concepts we saw in the video, inclusion is one of our first aims. Scholas.social is a free network. There's no fee to participate. And of course, there could be Our first aim is to include all the schools. Of course, using technology for this has a limit, because the more marginalized schools maybe don't have access to technology. But well, today with cell phones and the technology reaching almost everyone, that is one of our goals. Cooperation, we try to make it as active for the people, the users, as we can. You will see, well, I will show you that you can upload one project, share it in your own social networks, so that you spread the word about the project, and then you can help the projects, either with material resources, financiation, or volunteers. This participation would be what we want to be a dialogue between schools from different cultures, different countries, different religions. And of course, it involves a global view, because it's open for everyone in every country, every religion. When I have to say with just one short phrase what Scholas.social is, I say it's a Facebook of schools. It's a social network. Because if you go to a primary school, you cannot talk 15 minutes about the social network and everything. So I say it's a Facebook of schools. To be a social network that works well, of course, it means that a lot of traffic of people taking part of this dialogue. We're always working on that. One important thing, what we call schools, because we say school because it's easier, but when we say school, we are involving formal education and also informal education, because it's not only the institutions that have valuable projects, but football, soccer school in the neighborhood also helps to bring values and the future and the perspective to the kids. We saw yesterday the Paris Center project. Also, a school of art in a neighborhood could transform the reality of a neighborhood. But of course, we don't think there should be a divorce in this. The experience we saw yesterday of the Spanish organization, they work after school time. but it's a complement in the life of these young people. And then you have some projects that go into the borders of the school. There's one in Buenos Aires of Fundación Crear Vale la Pena, that they work, they make pairs of an artist and the teacher, and then when the teacher has to give a subject to the class, they together they think about a way, an artistic way to present it. So for us, in the whole world is a classroom without walls, and that's what we try to do. And of course, it was the case of San Juan Bosco, Giovanni Bosco. He started with a dopo scuola, and then they founded schools. So there is a complementation, and in some processes, a project that began out of the school could be very useful with the necessary systematization to work within the school, an official school and official institutions. Then at the service of the community and in all its levels, because it's not only with kids or with the youth, but if we have a professional training project that works with grown-up people, but brings education that will help to go to a better job, we think it should be part of Scholas, and we should support it. So if there is an impact in the community, we think it should be part, and it's valuable, and we should spread the word about that project. So building bridges, that's our first aim. This very seminar is to build a bridge between the academy and the schools and the organizations of the civic community. As well, we try to build bridges between schools, between formal and informal education. And last but not least, we try to be in a constant improvement. We know that it's not that we found a formula that it's the only one who works, or it's the best, or it's unique. So we are trying always to improve our tool to be more intuitive, friendly for the users, and to be able to receive more users and more countries, more cultures, and everything. Scholas.social, just an overview. I thought we would be able to read it, but, well, just to have a look at this is the homepage. It is available in 4 languages. It's not readable, but it's available in English, Portuguese, Italian, and Spanish, of course. So all the buttons in the homepage, you could see them in your own language, or in those 4 languages. Then there are 2 videos explaining a bit about the idea, and then that's how you see in the homepage the projects, the display of the projects. And of course, then you can search them by the name of the school or the category. We will say a word about the categories, because we try to improve that too. And then you have the news, like a timeline of the things that happened in the network, and how many schools and countries are involved. That's the homepage. Then this is the where you can search for the different schools and for the different projects. You will see. I think the sister will find this one familiar. This is how a project looks like. A short description, a longer one, photos, videos. You can also add files if you want to bring more information. Every user can spread the word about the project in their social networks. And this is important. The platform allows 4 things for the one who is uploading the project. To ask for the users to spread the word about the project in social networks, ask for financiation if that is the need of the project, material resources like, I don't know, furniture, evolved for sports or whatever, and volunteers. Of course, that would be possible if you live in the same city, or you organize, you manage to go. But these are the 4 things that all the users are allowed to ask to the other users. One last word about the constant enhancement attitude we were talking about. The little icons you see are the categories we had in first place. They were a lot, almost 20. We thought that would be helpful for the people to have more specific presentation of their works, but they were like a lot, and we tried to simplify that, and now we have 7 categories because it's enough and it's okay. And this is just an example of all the work we try to do to make it more friendly, more accessible, more intuitive for all our users, because most of the users are not millennials, so they're maybe not native digital people. So it's a work. We all try to understand better, or at least those who are not engineers. We try to be updated with the technology, and we try to make it friendly for all of us. So what we're trying to bring some little conclusions. This is another way to build bridges between schools, between institutions, between different parts of society. You know, the first aim and the first message of the Pope for us is that we need to rebuild the educational pact, reform the educational pact, and this is a way to do it, so that all the actors in the society take part and take a commitment with the innovative projects that can bring a perspective of future to our youth. So how the universities could give a hand to these projects? One possibility is to give a technical assessment. You will see, of course, we can bring some more information. There is a basic information in the platform of the projects, but that would be one possibility. Many of the projects they have a lot of work behind them, but maybe the academy can help them with systematizing the good practices, and with the final aim of replicating them, the good practices, from one country to another one, or one city to another one. Because I have to tell you something personal. What I like more of my work is that it allows me to contact people that works a lot and have very innovative projects in education in a lot of different countries. I think this is the opportunity we had in these 2 days. So my advice is that you enjoy it, and this is a great opportunity, because of course technology helps us to be in touch, but it's not the same to shake hands with someone, and it is the opportunity to get to know a lot of good practices that are very valuable. And last but not least, we could develop new projects, and of course we offer the tool of Scholars.social to spread the word about them. We think that if we work together, it's more rich. It brings not only joy, but it is good for the schools and for the youth. So this is our invitation. As I told you at the beginning, I am more interested in the debate we can have, how we can think about how can we use better this tool of communication, and of course, how can we help to enhance not only this tool, but the projects and favor the development of the projects that we have in our platform. So I give you this last minute to words or comments or ideas. So thank you very much for your time.
Adelante, profesor.
I find this whole discussion extraordinarily inspiring, and especially the breadth across the world that you've sought to achieve. My question is an educational one, really. Oftentimes education needs to be based on two conflicting trends or trends that are a little bit in tension with one another. There's a positive trend, a particular positive message that one wants to offer, a particular value, values of inclusion, of cooperation, and so on and so forth, which are very important on the one hand. And then there's a critical perspective on the other, a perspective that enables and empowers youngsters to challenge the ways in which we might think about those very ideas of inclusion and cooperation and so on and so forth. So I've heard a tremendous amount about the positive values that we're interested in, with which I'm signing, I'm on board. I agree with those values completely. But I wonder about the critical dimension. I haven't heard any mention of that, and it might be a cause of some concern that we would want to talk about.
I wasn't prepared for a philosopher. I don't know, Daniel, if you want to. But okay.
Well, thank you very much, and congratulations on this wonderful platform that you've built on a global scale. I have two questions. One has to do with who populates this information. How does this information get on the platform? Is it the individual teachers, or is it the communities, or is it the students? How do you get this information? And the second is, I think, when we're working with formal education, to think about how we might integrate these with actual curriculum, and where teachers might have a platform to share some of the curricular aspects that then make this a more integral part of the school rather than something that's done in addition to the regular school, especially if we're thinking about transforming our educational system. Because there's a tendency with any kind of educational programs to just add it on. Nothing fundamentally changes, we just add another program. And I think what we're trying to do here is really change the system. So the more that we can integrate it with the academic programs and tie it, I think the more we can transform. So I'm just thinking, is there a way for teachers to begin some dialogue around the academic pieces around this?
Of course, maybe I do want to answer you, but I was thinking just one more minute. And the network, we say it's a network of schools because at least at this moment, it is institutions that are part of Scholas. Maybe our next step will be, well, a teacher can have a profile, but he is uploading a project in the name of an institution. It is like we need someone who is behind the project institutionally. That is why we have to check the school, and we ask for that the director of the school knows about this. But it's also a practical thing, because maybe a teacher is 1 year in a school and he uploads a project, and next year he's not there, and the profile is no one in the other way, and yes, this is a tool that all the programs already existing can use also as communication. This is based in Google, so you can use the Hangout tool also, or mail, to be in communication between institutions. And in the future, we would like to allow the students to dialogue. We have another tool in Scholar Citizenship that allows forums between students that participate in the program. So I think that we will kind of match these two tools. But nowadays, Scholas.social is mainly a network of schools. So there is our projects of institutions, organizations. I don't know if I answered. Great.
Thank you for the presentation. As an organization that works on the ground and experience many types of networks that brings together organization, I have a question that sometimes, when an organization that is based in one continent really want to learn from another organization that is based, for example, in South America, we found the barrier of basically coming together. Of course, we can exchange on a virtual level, but if we want to do something on the ground, then there is, of course, the barrier of funding as well. So I wanted to know if this is only a platform of virtual exchange, or it also aims for the next step to meet face-to-face and to do, for example, sites visit, exchange on a practical level as well. And if you have some examples of international exchanges that happen through the platform, this will be also very helpful. Yeah, thank you.
Great. I have to say first that Scholas also have some programs that work like in the ground regarding sports and citizenship. So both of them complement a bit. Because maybe one school that their first contact with Scholas was through the platform can in time arrange the program of sports, have Scholas citizenship in their city. So there's a little bit of complementation of the different programs. And then, yes, there are some schools that find that they have similar views, programs, and there are also organizations that offer projects of students or teachers working through virtual connection and making a project and showing the result of the project through the virtual connection. There's one in particular institute, Instituto Crescer in Brazil, in Sao Paulo, based in Sao Paulo, that does this work also, and he works a lot with us, and a lot of our schools take part in their programs, so that the students from different countries can work together. So that will be one, and then there are other schools that they find the principles that they would like to share also in a virtual communication what they are doing. There is the case of a school in Chile and one in Spain that they shared a lot of the work they were doing through a virtual connection. Yes, that does happen.
One more. Yes. Sí, Enrique.
Sí, complementando lo que decía Juan, simplemente sobre la pregunta sobre la posibilidad de apoyar también económicamente los proyectos, la plataforma prevé esta posibilidad de buscar juntos en el marco de la red los recursos necesarios para poder llevar adelante. Esto tiene diversas aristas, pero claramente la plataforma está abierta a esta posibilidad.
Bueno, gracias. Ok, la última pregunta, sí.
La plataforma está soportada por Google y Microsoft en algunas de las líneas en tecnología particularmente. Mediante Scholas pudiéramos, en nuestra universidad tenemos un poco de tenemos cercanía con estos proveedores o generadores de tecnología. Mediante Scholas pudiéramos tener acercamiento para proyectos más especiales o de mayor profundidad con estas empresas.
Listo. Sí, estas articulaciones como las que mencionás son parte de las estrategias de este trabajo en red. Entonces, acompañar estas articulaciones, entendiéndolas en profundidad, es parte del proceso. Pero por eso es tan importante la la figura de universidades acompañando los proyectos, que el proyecto no sea simplemente la iniciativa de una escuela, sino que haya un trabajo profundo de entendimiento de todas las redes y vinculaciones que se generan en torno y acompañarlas en la medida que se ve que son provechosas para la misión.
Portar bien. Ahí está.
¿Más? No, yo soy usuaria del día 1 del sitio web de Scholas y me parece que ha crecido y ha mejorado muchísimo en un tiempo relativamente breve. Me parece que una de las cosas que pasa con todas las redes sociales y por lo tanto también con Scholas.social es que a veces la cantidad de información resulta abrumadora. En ese sentido me parece que una herramienta de búsqueda que tal vez sería bueno agregar por esto que vos decías es la de la antigüedad de los proyectos, que uno pudiera buscar los últimos que han sido colgados, porque todos los que trabajamos con proyectos de escuela sabemos que pasa esto, que un proyecto que se hizo hace 4 años, tal vez cambió el docente, cambió la situación, ya no se hace más y sería más fácil buscar los más nuevos según lo que uno esté buscando, por un lado. Y por otro lado, me parece que estaría bueno como hacer más activa la vinculación entre Scholas.social y el sitio de Facebook de Scholas, o quizás crear alguna sección donde pudiera haber el destacado de la semana o el destacado del mes para cada una de las líneas de trabajo y que uno pudiera tener algún destacado de proyecto solidario, alguno de arte, alguno de deporte, que permitiera a simple vista tener una idea de qué se trata, porque me parece que para la gente que no conoce mucho Scholas, entrar de una a todo ese universo tan complejo puede ser un poco abrumador.
Gracias por el aporte, muy interesante. Sí, sí, rápido.
Simplemente, bueno, un pequeño comentario, Juan. Tal vez creo que tendría que haber un link o algo para las universidades, ¿no es cierto?, dentro de la información para los proyectos. Los que estamos en las universidades recibimos demasiada información, desde los estudiantes hasta aspectos administrativos y tendría que ser tal vez algo, tal vez para desarrollar y estar en contacto con proyectos de investigación, que se generen proyectos de investigación. Nosotros las universidades tenemos que generar proyectos de investigación para poder acompañar. Si no generamos proyectos de investigación, creo que el papel de las universidades va a ser muy anecdótico, por decirlo de alguna manera, y el otro es tal vez pensar en cursos o seminarios que se puedan hacer a través de virtualmente, ¿no es cierto?